So, I mean, it'd be crazy to start this interview without talking about your current outfit.
Do you like it?
Going on here?
I got a Chrome Arts. I love Chrome Arts. I think they're fucking brilliant. Jesse Joe, the Stark family are really good, but Jesse Joe is like my best friend. She hooked me up with this little like devil horn headband.
Cool.
Little Chrome Arts. It looks like a bucket hat, but it's a bit more like a fucking little shepherd's Bo Peep hat. Raff shirt, little safety pin. Fucking Alex McQueen boots.
Oh, sick.
My pink socks always. I got these trousers from Amazon, but I thought they'd look cool as fuck. And then
what is that on them? Crosses?
Crosses, yeah.
What kind of pants are they?
Literally, that's what I just bought them off Amazon.
Oh, they're Jeffrey Bezos's pants, probably.
Yeah, literally. I can still smell his balls from here.
So, hey, listen, I'm going to be sharing a screen with you to sort of guide this conversation. I hope that's cool.
I'm so excited about this, man. I love it. I love doing this.
Sick. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then for each of the like slides, I sort of want to go through the decades. And I want you to tell me the first thing that comes up, like the first thing that comes to mind. And then we can unpack the nuances of each decade as we go and then sort of look towards the future. So, okay. Let's do this. You ready, Dom?
Absolutely ready as a rabbit on Easter.
All right, let's do this.
So sick, bro.
Okay, present. Can you see it?
Yeah, man, I can.
All right, so we got here punk rock fashion through the decades featuring Yungblud. That's you.
Punk rock fashion through the decades. Blah.
First slide. This is super cliche, but also I thought a great way to start it. And I'm interested, like, to you, what is punk rock to you? What is punk?
Freedom. Freedom. And a defiance to be anything other than who you are, no matter what you are. You know what I mean? I think when people talk to me about punk, obviously, people have an idea of what punk looks like and what punk sounds like. But to me, punk is a bigger idea than 4 twats banging the shit out their instrument on stage. It's about freedom and an idea. Do you know what I mean? Rosa Parks was a fucking punk. You know what I mean? Fuck you, white man. I'm not gonna stand up for you on this bus because she didn't want to, because it wasn't true to who she was. That's what punk is to me.
100%.
Yeah.
I would agree. Very rooted in ideologies. And, you know, ever since the birth of punk, which, I mean, on record, the birth of punk is sort of around 1977. New York City, CBGBs, right? Bands like
as a British person, I'd probably argue against you. I'd say it started with Sex on the King's Road, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I'd say it started with Westwood on the King's Road, but that's fine. This is good. This is the kind of dialogue that I'm hoping to have with you. And so what's great about it is the first person I've included in the slide.
Our queen, fucking Viv.
The queen of punk, absolutely, and the queen of punk rock fashion. So Vivienne Westwood, can you tell me, what do you know about Vivienne Westwood?
I'm obsessed with her, man. Like Sex on the King's Road, like everything she did, man. The way she mixed bondage and the way she kind of defied, because punk is a kickback. The way young people were being oppressed, and it was very kind of TV dinner in your smart shirt, watching the BBC News at 7 with your parents. And everyone was sick of it. Everyone was so sick of having to wear what you were told to wear. And the way she kind of kicked back and just was like, you know what? Fuck smart, fuck TV dinners, fuck the BBC. Back then, it was this idea of expression and what you made it. It wasn't spike your hair and wear a fucking trip pants. That was part of it. But it was what do you want to look like?
Totally.
What do you want to say? What are the words you want to say without opening your mouth? Because that's what clothes do for me. They
Absolutely.
represent what I want to say without even opening my fucking mouth.
Now tell me what, just, quickly, we got about 10 slides to go through, so I just want to kind of not dwell too much on one, but what look defined punk in the 70s?
Well, but it was, as I say, it was that kickback. It was the Pistols. It was the Clash. It was Captain Sensible and the Damned. That's just from my perspective.
Sure.
It was
Shout out to the Damned.
Yes, a very big revolution that's kind of happening right now in a different way in terms of intelligence in young people, sexuality, sex, and passion.
Totally. Thank you. Okay. Next one. So we got here, obviously, John Lydon. And I would say, I wanted to sort of say leather jackets were first introduced and safety pins in the 70s. Would you say, do you have anything about leather jackets?
Bro, as I say, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't wear that much leather jackets. I want to, but I don't know if I look that cool in them. I mean, I love it when I'm fucking, I loved leather, but I'm obsessed with safety pins. I don't leave the house without one on now. Literally everything I've got, the jumpers covered in safety pins. I just love the idea of wearing something till it falls apart because I fucking love it, and then pinning it together. I love the suits. I love the patches. I loved it through your fucking nose. I put a safety pin on everything. I put a safety pin on me fucking sandwiches.
Thank you. Okay. So what's the first moment that you can recall where you knew punk was going to play a significant role in Yungblud's style?
Dude, the old man ran a guitar shop. And I literally they would play bits on the TV. They'd have TV and have films. And I remember sitting at Nancy with Gary Oldman was playing when I was about 11. And there was I remember the scene vividly. It was when the Pistols were playing after Nevermind the Bollocks Says, the Sex Pistols was released on a boat on the River Thames in London. And I watched that and I saw Johnny's white suit with his red patch on. And I saw Sid, who wasn't even on stage. And I saw fucking, I was just obsessed. And then Steve Jones has fucking tea towel on his head. I was just obsessed with it all. I was just like, what the fuck are they wearing? I'm obsessed with it.
Very cool. So let's fast forward to the 80s here. It might be presumptuous of me to even think you've had one, but how old were you when you first got your first Mohawk?
9.
9 years old.
I was just like glue it like with gel, and then my mum allowed me to have red tips in it, and this is so funny. I'll be really quick so I know we'll run out of time. But I remember, fuck it, now let's talk. Even if we run over, I don't give a shit. I'm loving this. I don't give a fuck. Let's just say what we're going to say, and if we run over, bollocks to them. I was with my mom, and she took me to London it was like, oh, we're going to London, that's posh. And I had my fucking Mohican and my trip pants and red hair, and my mum was really pregnant as fuck with Isabel. And she took me and my mum and my sister, and she took us to Harrods. And I remember this really posh couple, this good lady murmured under her breath, how can you let your kids dress like that? And my mum was pregnant as fuck, like my little sister. And she just went off. And I was like, Mum, chill out. She was like, he wants to express himself. You're going to get the worst of it. Let him do what they want. I was like, yeah, Mum. Fucking yeah, man.
And your mom was punk.
Bro, my mum was so fucking punk. This pregnant lady, she'd be like,
Okay, so thank you for sharing that story. That's a beautiful story. And I think any mom who will let their child express themselves in a way like that is something to be celebrated.
That's the best, man.
So, okay, look at it, the 80s. I mean, Mohawks were sort of a defining look back then.
More color. You know what I'm saying? A lot more color.
Absolutely, more color. Boots, booties, combat boots, Doc Martens.
Completely. Doc Martens, bomber jackets, acid wash jeans. Well, I've never spoke about fashion. I have such a love for fashion and punk fashion, so I'm so hyped to do this. That's what I'm saying. Like the skinhead movement, everything, the braces, the fucking docs, the
yeah,
the suspenders. Yeah, we call them braces over here. Yeah, the suspenders, and it was just fucking. It was just sick as fuck. The high boots, the kind of the lead on from the Teddy Boys of the 50s and 60s. How do we push that forward? We do it like this.
totally. Now, when you say the Teddy Boys, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Bro, I loved it, man. The Teddy Boys with their in cut. It was an extension. It was rock and roll. It was big at the time. Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Okay.
And do you know what I'm saying? They would wear obviously like the T-bone ties.
Oh, okay. Like I got it. Like yeah,
creepers, T-bone tie,
like
rockabilly. Yeah, they called them Teddy Boys here. You know what I'm saying? They wore would carry a switchblade and that, and they'd listen to Screaming Jay Hawkins and Chuck Berry.
Do you have a pair of Docs?
Pardon?
You have a pair of Doc Martens?
Many pairs.
How many pairs of do you have?
I have about 3 pairs of Docs. I've got one Raf Simons pair of Docs, and I got like some old clunky black ones that I've had for years. Some
shorter. Do you wear the short?
I got high ones and I got short ones as well. I got loads, and then I live in creepers. These creepers, like I got these. These are my favorites. Creepers.
Oh, those are amazing. Those look great. Just nice, simple.
Massive.
What brand is that?
That's Underground, a brand on Berwick Street called Underground. They're fucking great. Handmade, they're sick.
Very cool. Okay, let's keep going. So I just put this in here. Misfits. And I kind of think I clunked them into the 80s. Their style of like horrorcore is like
goth horror punk. Kind of
right.
Cartoony, kind of Frankenstein, heavily invested in Frankenstein, and kind of a lot of those almost Liechtenstein artists, you know what I mean? It's almost Liechtenstein pop art meets goth meets, you know what I mean? Obsessed again. I love that you're bringing these people up. You're fucking, you know your shit, man. I love it. It's so sick.
Well, thank you. Okay, and I also just love how these guys kind of look like, the guy with the one shirt, second from the left, kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Oh, really? That's so sick. I love it, man. It looks like John Five, Manson's old guitar player.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the last thing you bought online?
It's the last thing I bought online. Let me think. Fucking hell. Last thing I bought online. Fuck me. I don't buy much online. There's a shop in. Do you know what I did? I didn't buy it. I rented it, but I think I'm gonna buy it now because I literally, there's a shop called One of a Kind in Notting Hill, and I'm buying this tonight because I fell in love with it. Everyone's like, "You fucking mad? It's so expensive." But I'm like,
"What are you buying?"
I need it. It's a shop called One of a Kind, and it was a Vivienne Westwood original 77 Trip t-shirt with the fucking lapel, like the bondage t-shirts that looks like a straight jacket. It's got Mickey Mouse having his way with Minnie on it.
I like that.
Legitimately shagging Minnie, and it's awesome.
How much is it selling for?
A lot of money. It's like fucking, what is it, like $6-7 grand or something? I'm like, fucking hell, that's expensive.
How much?
It says on the, this is what sold me. It says on the shirt, it says for soldiers, prostitutes, dykes, and punks. I was like, that's so hard.
That's so good. And sorry, you said you were renting it for a period.
Dude, I rented it for a shoe, and then I fell in love with it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna save up and eat beans on toast for a month so I can buy it.
I love it. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going here. 90s, going into the 90s. What the hell?
Legitimately, bro, like Rancid, Green Day, Scar, ska was came about. It was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Just like ska started heavily like kind of with the skinheads in the 80s in the UK with like the Specials, and then that led on to like shit like Sublime on the West Coast, leading on to Green Day, and leading on to Rancid, and leading on to obviously Blink, you know what I mean? And it became pop punk in a way that it sounded a lot more melodic, but the bottom end.
Totally. Now, again, we're talking about the fashion. So I sort of included a chain wallet in this picture, and I was thinking like, you know, skate punk kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was legitimately like the jeans got baggier, the walks got lower. You know what I'm saying? Before it was more fucking, all right, I'm a fucking punk. And then it was in the 90s, it got a lot more like kind of down. And I think that was like inspired by kind of post-punk and the kind of Joy Division movement there, where in the 80s and the 70s, it was very, I'm a punk, I've got something to fucking say. And then Joy Division and bands like The Cure, it became very inward. So the walk got lower, the clothes got baggier, the wallets got like the chains, the dickies, the ripped up jeans, the ethnic shoes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it was like fucking hard. The tartans, still the Mohawks and the tattoos and the self-expression was there, but everything got lower.
Totally. And by lower, you mean in height?
Yeah, physically, people's walk would be low. You know what I'm saying? And the jeans would make you look smaller. And you know what I mean? It would like you'd have these high-waisted, long fucking jeans.
Totally. So, and also, I think studded belts were sort of a thing that came to rise.
Literally studded, like, I mean, like studded belts, and yeah, that whole thing, as many belts as you can layer on, kind of a vibe. You know what I mean?
Totally. Also, at the same time as pop punk and skate punk was grunge.
Yeah.
And I thought you might appreciate this photo that I've included here of Cher from Clueless.
I get that, yeah, dude. I fucking love that, and I think that was it, bro. Like with grunge, and in that period, everyone was getting so dressed up, and grunge was punk because that was a kick against stuff. I don't want to fucking get dressed up today. I'm going to wear the same t-shirt I've worn for a week. I'm going to wear the same pants. I'm going to put a fucking cardigan on. I'm not going to wash my hair. You know what I'm saying? Because like it was like the 90s, and kind of like pop and pop culture was, let's have like tight tops and everything like looking prim and proper, whereas grunge was a kick against like, fuck that shit, I'm just gonna like wear this and I'm gonna spill coffee on it and I'm gonna fucking like have sweat marks and I'm gonna fucking not wash my hair. And that was a kick against that. You know what I mean? All punk is about people and freedom, and I want to do this because this is who I am.
For real. And what about ripped jeans? The holes in the jeans, like Kurt there.
Dude, yeah, legitimately, like all of it. It was, I don't want to look prim and proper. I'm going to rip my jeans. I'm going to mucky my jeans. I'm just going to fucking wear the same t-shirt and fuck it.
Now, was this the outfit you're wearing here that you see on the right? Was it intentionally inspired by?
100%. My idea was I want to look like Keith Flint, Cher from Clueless, and Marilyn Manson had a threesome.
That's exactly what you look like. I love it. Sweet. Okay. Now, what is one accessory that has been a timeless staple in punk fashion over the years?
I legitimately think these pins, safety pins. I'll take it off.
Safety pin. I was
safety pins and badges, yeah.
And 1-inch buttons. Do you have a favorite 1-inch button that you've always worn?
Oh, dude, I've literally got one that says "blow me" on it right now. On here, but I'm gonna put it on my hat tonight. I've got a beret. I'm going on the TV with a safety pin and my badge that says "blow me" on it.
Sounds like a very Kurt Cobain thing to do, just to fuck with in the media.
Yeah, I literally saw it, and that's my favorite thing in the world, when you can like be out looking for shit, and then suddenly you just come across this, and this is 10 cents, like 50 cents.
Yeah.
50, and it just makes your whole outfit look insane.
I agree.
Saying? Like, I'm just gonna put this on right now.
You
And
look
just make it
sharp.
Again, it literally says what I want to say without me even talking.
Okay, let's keep going. Emo 2000. Skipping ahead.
Hot fucking topic. Hot topic. Yeah, Blue Banana in the UK. Dude, I love it, man. Sweatbands, massive belt buckles. My haircut became very much like this. I loved it. I was literally like walking around like this as a kid.
You are definitely like Pete from Fall Out Boy when you do your hair down like that.
I fucking love Pete. Pete like Patrick Stump, Pete, Mike M, Blink, the Used, Warped Tour came around across America where you could, and like part of Canada as well, where you could legitimately just go and exist and belong somewhere. And I think that's where it's always been about community as well. And eyeliner, like again, like kind of leading on from the 80s where it was very kind of glam, and then you had, but as a kickback you had the Cure, you know what I'm saying, you'd have like Depeche Mode and George Martin, where
But a little bit more. I made this really nice collage with emo hair. I just love the one on the bottom left with the mannequin.
Dude, I love it. Straightened hair. I remember like you lack your hair and you straighten it and it sticks up. And I remember I would go to school and it was on clothes day, and I think I must have been about 10.
Clothes day.
Own clothes day in school.
Oh,
Because you don't wear, we wear uniform. In the UK, you have to wear uniform to school. So I remember I was wearing my own clothes, and I remember my mum straightened my hair for me, and I can remember the fucking smell of the hair straightener, hair protector, and she did it back.
Awesome. Okay, also another staple here, Chuck Taylors.
Chucks, Converse, yeah, I just say it. I've got all my life, and I used to write on them like that. I literally just used to write smiley faces and everything on them.
How many pairs of Chucks would you say you've got in your current collection?
I've got pink ones, I've got black ones, I've got probably about 5.
5, cool.
Dude, that's a Paramore covering it, Riot.
Are you a high top or a low top guy?
High top, always.
Awesome. Now, we did a feature. I spoke to Matt Healy not too long ago about his crazy vintage t-shirt collection. Do you have any favorite pieces of vintage in your closet at the moment?
Yeah, but I've got so many band tees. I love my Manson band tees. I've got so much kind of like archive Vivienne Westwood stuff. I'm obsessed with like I got a Cramps t-shirt that one of my best friends gave me from back in the day. I love vintage band tees, but good ones, like good, rare vintage band tees. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, now, so I wanted to look ahead to the future with you because you are the voice of the future. Tell me what in your mind, like what is punk rock fashion going to look like in 2021?
I think it's very much kind of, I'm seeing a lot of heavily influenced 70s fashion. I think the haircuts are coloured hair is massive. Half coloured hair, of every cut. I think kind of very the thing about right now is there's a lot of a mix of everything that we've just looked at. You know what I'm saying? I think it's almost like hair from when Kurt Cobain did it with Kool-Aid. Everyone's doing that with their fucking hair, and everyone's gonna do that next year. Yeah, it feels very 90s right now, but also very 70s. I think it's going to be new. Like, it's going to be new. Like, you're going to mix Vivienne Westwood with Supreme, and you're going to mix, my mum texts me every fucking time on a Zoom call. You know what I mean? Every fucking time. For fuck's sake, Mum. You're amazing. I love you. She just makes me laugh. She just like, she's like, when you coming home for Christmas? I'm like, Mom, I've told you, I'll be home when I'm home. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be mixing everything. I love what Billie Eilish is looking like. I love what Little Uzi Vert looks like. You know what I mean? Again, that is Manson, but a step on.
For
You know,
sure.
I think what is punk rock fashion gonna look like in 2021? Whatever the fuck people want.
What about masks?
Dude, yeah, like the amount of masks I've got, like which are pinned up. I think when I take my mask out, it's all safety pinned. I bought a load of pins and just fucking put loads of them in my mask.
Oh, really? Yeah, like I was sort of just thinking about like how wearing a mask it's punk, you know?
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. I think wearing a mask, especially it's fucking punk because it's gonna give you a right to be free.
Totally.
Wear your mask, sanitize your hands.
So, Dom, we made it to the end of the fashion slideshow, and you've been amazing.
Dude, I love this. Thank you so much. This was amazing.
What do you think of this picture of the grandma, the punk rock grandma?
You don't give a fuck, bro. She's a legend.
You're a legend. So congratulations on your new album, Weird.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks, Glenn. I'm buzzing, man. Everyone go download it. Go show it some love. I hope it is a friend to you.
I look forward to the next time you play the Vogue Theater in Vancouver, BC.
Oh,
Okay.